What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? Stars, this is the update on the Olympics. Actually, I don't have much to talk about on the Olympics today because now that I've been back at work the last couple of days, I ain't been just like laser focused on the Olympics like I had been. Although in the evenings I do try to watch, and I've been seeing all the track meets and the men's semifinals and the finals, the 200, the 400, the relays, and the hurdles. Enjoying it all. Love the fact. Did you guys see that race? Was it 200 meters of the men's 200 meters? And that guy came from behind. What was his name? Did I write his name down? I didn't write his name down, you guys. But the one that was like 5th in the race, and he at the last push, he passed the 4 people that was ahead of him and ended up winning gold in the very last probably 15 meters of the race. He came and passed them all up and won the gold. I mean, absolutely inspiring, absolutely motivating. Just so, I mean, I was screaming for him because I was just like, wow, look at him go. You know, I guess that's one of the probably the smallest benefit, or when you are behind, but you just feel like, see, because the people that are in front of them, they don't know who's all right up on them or who's right behind them. But when you are right there and you just say, listen, all I need to do is just get a little bit more energy to push myself over and pass them up. You know, they're focused on trying to get to the spot. They don't know that you about to come and just turn on the jets and get up there. And child, I loved it something else, y'all. Gymnastics is over. You know, and that's good because now we see Simone Biles is in her cast. But I do love that the other ladies are getting shine too. You know, we talk about Jordan Childs, we talk about Suni Lee, we talk about the Rebecca Andrade, you know, we talk about the girl that was from Algeria, was it? Y'all know the young girl that she did win gold on the uneven bars, I believe it was. But look, I don't even know her name. Talking about, we talk about it. I am loving the fact that there are more people that are getting the shine. Just, you know, gymnastics is a baby. It is the baby of the Olympics, you know, the summer games. Everybody loves to see gymnastics. So, but it has been great to see. But like I said, Simone is now able to sit down, tend to that injury on her calf that might have been maybe a tinge more serious than they led us to believe at first. But still not career ending, nothing that they can't handle. But, you know, she don't need to be jumping around on that shit anymore. You know, especially because the gymnastics team goes on tour after the Olympics. And, you know, she wants to be able to perform for her fans all around the country. Like people that couldn't get to the Olympics, they still want to see her live. You know, she's still going to be able to do that. So she's got to take care of that leg, take care of her calf and all of that. Plus, I know they're tired. Like I said, the mental and the physical draining that it has to be on them. So yes, that was part of the goodness. Now remember on the last video I told you guys that I was like, is there synchronized swimming? And I was like, no, maybe they got rid of synchronized swimming. Well, why? As soon as I got back in my office, I had actually just happened to be scrolling. I'm sure Big Brother was watching on my videos or listening to me. Because then all of a sudden on Instagram, I started getting all these synchronized swimming videos, okay? And they were world champion videos, but they were saying how these people were headed to the Olympics. And I was like, oh, so it is. And then you guys started to tell me like, no, Roxanne, synchronized swimming is still there. It's about to start up. And sure enough, the show is now we on synchronized swimming, you guys. And did you guys see? So apparently the USA team is not usually the favorites in the synchronized swimming. But honey, the Team USA got that shit together this season, honey, because when I tell you, did you guys see their performance? I think they swam to Michael Jackson's was it Smooth Criminal? I think it was Smooth Criminal. Excellent. First of all, synchronized swimming is so much different than, remember when it used to just be like this? Y'all used to watch Saturday Night Live. I know y'all don't like Saturday Night Live, but remember the little scene that they used to do about the synchronized swimming? You know, like this. Y'all know I'm old shit. Anyway, them girls don't do that shit no more. The shit that they do is amazing. And now the pool is clear because not only are we worried about what you're doing above water, but we worried about what you're doing under that water. So everybody needs to be synchronized under the water and on top of the water. And it is just truly an art. It is truly an art to watch these women have that much strength to be able to push themselves up out of the fucking water. And they ain't touching on no ground, y'all. This is just the force of their legs having to be able to push themselves up. Push the girl up to do flips and acrobatics and all. Amazing, okay? And not just Team USA, but the fact that Team USA stepped it up so much that they now was a threat to whatever the favorite team was. Was it Japan or China? It's always Japan or China, honey. Them folks over there know how to turn out some champions too. But it was great. It was great. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to, I mean, they was moonwalking on the water. They was doing all kind of things. And it's amazing to me how long them people can hold their breath under that water. Okay? Because if you the base of somebody that needs to be doing something under, you know, on top of the water, many times you are upside down and under the water. Okay? And they doing all of this under the, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic to watch. You guys have to watch the synchronized swimming. And then you guys told me that the artistic gymnastics, that's what they call it. I think they call it artistic swimming, artistic gymnastics. That's also starting up. So we will see the ball and the ribbons and, you know, all of that as well. But yeah, you guys, I'm getting sad that the Olympics is coming to an end. You guys, it's ending on Sunday. So we only, you know, closing ceremonies is Sunday. And everybody gonna go back to their respective corners and all, but still enjoying it a lot. What are you guys enjoying the most out of these here Olympics? Y'all let me know. Next story. Nope, not next story yet, because I forgot to mention this Mikala girl. Y'all know the girl that used to be a gymnast, and she decided to come out and talk out the side of her fucking neck and say how the gymnasts today are not as not as committed. They don't work as hard as the former gymnasts do. And she had all of these negative things to say. I always tell you guys, everybody got a right to their opinion, and people can express it however they want to. However, you have got to be prepared for any blowback or consequences that come from what you say. You know, stand on that shit. If you're going to say it, you know, and say it with your chest and mean it and go on about your business. She did all that when she said it. However, she quickly learned that Simone Biles and the rest of Team USA this year have the support of most of the people. So when she said that, of course they came for her, and they came from her as they should. Now, Simone hasn't necessarily responded to that girl directly, but she has been very, you know, in your face. Like, yeah, you know, she fucked around and found out. Like, these, you know, we lazy, we not committed, we don't work as hard, but we Olympic winners. Okay, so what exactly, how does all that equate is what Simone's point has been. Again, she hasn't really said much to her. It's just sort of just been like, yeah, bitch, well, why you sitting at the house on YouTube? We at the Olympics winning. Okay, so who's doing better here? But of course, the fans have been letting her have it. I'm sure that they have, to the point where the girl now is back on social media talking about, we have been getting threats. And I am asking, you know, Simone Biles to please, you know, basically talk to your fucking dog, your damn, your group of canines, and tell them to get off my fucking back. Nah, bitch, we ain't doing nothing because you asked for it, right? Because you said what you said, and so now everybody else saying what they saying. So far, Simone hasn't responded to the girl. You know what? You gonna deal with that just how you put it out there, okay? And yeah, I know, I'm sure it's been hard for her because social media is, honey, when they don't like you, it can be very, very difficult. It can be a very uncomfortable, scary place to be, Okay. And, you know, some fans don't play about their people. And so, nigga, you might even be, she's saying she getting death threats. I don't know how credible that is, but I mean, I can believe it because there are some people that just feel that strongly about their faves, you know. Even if they don't mean it, they still will say that shit to get a good scare and a jar out of you. But yeah, girl, for her, you needed to not even say that, because what do I always tell? When you talk about your peers and you talk about them negatively, that shit always sounds hater. It always sounds hater. Even if it's not hater, it sounds hater. So you shouldn't do it, okay? Don't get caught up in that kind of shit, because people like to drag folks into saying things like, she wasn't dragged into it. She came out on her own volition. Is that the word that it's supposed to be? It felt like it was supposed to be right. Y'all know I be trying to sprinkle in some big words. Shout out to Big Will. Sprinkle is an inside joke, y'all. Anyway, but no, she asked for it, and Simone is just sort of like, girl, gone. It'll die down. You just ride out that wave. Okay, just ride out the wave. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about the Olympics. Let's move on to the next. While we talking about the Olympics, we can talk about Marcus Jordan and his new thing. Ashley Stevenson. Well, some people are saying that's his new girlfriend, you know, now that him and Larsa Pippen aren't together any longer. And then others are saying that they're just close friends. You know, they're both out in Paris, France, okay? Every little break. Oh, Lucy, I love you. Have you guys seen that I Love Lucy episode where she's talking to, what's his name? God, I cannot. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure you guys know if you watch I Love Lucy. But remember the one when Ricky had him go up there and act like he was so in love with Lucy and she didn't know what to do with it? And he was like, oh, Lucy, I love you. You know, and Ricky was telling him how he needed to really turn on the French charm, turn on the accent. Y'all don't know what y'all missing with them I Love Lucy episodes, y'all. Anyway, so they're out there in Paris, France, enjoying the Olympics, I'm assuming, or just the scene, the party scene that surrounds the Olympics. And, child, they done caught Marcus on video snorting coke. Now, this the middle of the day. The nigga look like they had lunch at the pool somewhere. And he just middle of the day, he just sitting there getting him a quick bump. First of all, you guys know that coke is still the drug of choice for the Hollywood elite, okay? Or in this case, the NBA legend Michael Jordan's son. But, and what do Marcus do? I mean, it's fine if Marcus just Michael Jordan's son, honey. That's enough. Because Michael Jordan got enough money for everybody, all right? But, you know, is he really just a socialite? Do he got a job, y'all? Y'all be like, oh, no, Roxanne, he do this, he do that. I ain't heard nothing about what Marcus over there doing. But, honey, Marcus is traveling. He with his big titty girlfriend. He over there bumping up the coke, riding the white horse and everything. And I just was like, not surprising at all, okay? They still do coke in Hollywood a lot. Okay, and they're still able to function and move. You know, this ain't heroin. This ain't, it's not heroin. It's not meth. It's not crack. You know, it's not those things. So people can still function on cocaine unless it just gets completely out of control. So it wasn't surprising to me. I was most surprised to see that he was as muscular. I was like, boy, Marcus, you real nice up in here. Just, you know, because he ain't had no shirt on, you know, and he was all leaned over and everything. Y'all know Roxanne is partial to the arms. I like a good look up here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. How y'all felt about it, though? Because I got a lot of you guys DM'd me the pictures of him. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, par for the course. You know, you rich, you got a whole bunch of money. You out there, you partying and everything. You ain't got shit else to do. You ain't got to get up in the morning. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. We gonna get high today. So yeah, that's what that is. But I'm gonna need Michael to maybe have a talk with his son and be like, listen, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, can you not be doing that shit in the break of day? Like, nigga, can you go off in somebody's closet and do some shit like that in the bathroom at least? Shit. Anyway, y'all, next story. PnB's trial. You guys know PnB mama named him Rakim Allen Remember, he was out with his fiance at Roscoe's on the east side in LA a couple of years ago, and he was gunned down, murdered. You guys remember that? I just told you guys on a couple of top of the blogs ago that the prosecutors felt like the 17-year-old boy who actually was the ultimate gunman who pulled the trigger was not fit to be tried, that he's got some there's some mental issues there, and they felt like he wasn't fit to be tried. So I was concerned about that, because I was just like, oh no, he shot and killed somebody, he needs to be tried. And one of the Rockstar lawyers, the real ones, did chime in and say, Roxanne, that doesn't mean that he won't ever get tried. Just right now, he's not really ready. They don't feel like he's ready, but they still gonna probably end up trying him. So just hold on. But I did find, what I didn't know last week was the father. Now, we knew that the father was involved. The father's name is Freddie Trone, 41 years old. We knew that the father, well, they had always told us that the father was the one who had put the 17-year-old son up to it. He wasn't 17 at the time. He was 15. Okay. But had told him that he needed to go in there, rob him, shoot and kill him. So the father put the 15-year-old boy on it. The 15-year-old boy went in there and did it. Okay, well, they found the father guilty, as they should. He was guilty of 1 count of felony murder and conspiracy to commit robbery, and 2 counts of second-degree robbery. Okay, because we know the 2 counts come from not only PnB being robbed, but also the fiance. Remember, they made her take her jewelry off and take it too, but they didn't shoot her. They just shot and killed PnB. They also found 46-year-old Tremont Jones guilty of 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery and 2 counts of second-degree robbery. I guess Tremont was in there as well. I didn't remember or hear about another person actually being in there, but he got them same charges. Of course, he didn't get the murder charge because he didn't kill anybody. And then you guys remember the wife of the Trone. Her name is Chantel Trone. She pled no contest to accessory after the fact, because remember, they told us that after the murder, she had helped hide the car, the getaway car, because the father drove the getaway car when the boy came out of the restaurant, or the boy and the other 46-year-old guy came out of the restaurant and got in the car. The father drove off, and they needed to hide that car because witnesses obviously saw the car. And so she helped them hide the car. Now she done pled no contest, and now she's sentenced to be, she is scheduled to be sentenced on January 16th of next year. So just an unfortunate story all the way around. You got 1 man dead. You've got a fiance who no longer has her love, okay, who's also traumatized by what happened to her. You got 3 people now that's going to jail for a long ass time, because I believe Jones, Trone, and that 17-year-old boy can kiss any future freedoms, kiss it on away for a long time. The girl, she might get less time, but she gonna get some jail time too. But just all the way around, for what? Over some fucking necklaces and a couple of rings, and just not worth it. But you guys gotta be, you have to be careful, because people ain't got no money, folks broke, people desperate, and they are doing a lot. So you just always have to be safe. And I hate that PnB got caught up in that, was at the wrong place at the wrong time, you guys. It wasn't anything about him being followed, and that it was just all about, him being in LA, and they saw him as a hit. Like, they saw him as a lick. They could get the money, get something out of him, and he probably didn't even know no better. So yeah, you guys, too bad. But it looks like at least the people that are responsible are starting to pay for it. Okay. Still prayers up for PnB's family and loved ones and all who just ultimately lost the most in this whole thing. Okay. And next story. So they say that A Different World is now about to have a sequel. The TV show, you guys. I know my parents love me. Stand behind me, come what may. I'm not gonna sing the whole song for you guys. It's a different world. It's a different than where I'm coming from. Yes, it is now than where I'm coming from. I gave y'all the short version. Rest in peace to Riri. Okay, still miss old Aretha Franklin. Anyway, getting back to the story. So they are about to have a sequel to the show. Apparently at the end of A Different World, which I had stopped watching. Once Dwayne and Whitley got together, it had lost its excitement for me, so I didn't watch anymore after that. But apparently at the end of the show, Whitley is pregnant. Okay. Well, now the sequel is their daughter some years later. I mean, I guess at college going age. So 18 years later, the daughter is going to Hillman College, the fictional HBCU on A Different World, you know, and it's going to be her experiences and everything. It's being developed right now at Netflix, which is actually going to be cool. Like, you know, I be hearing about reboots and shit, and I just be like, oh God, not another one. But this is not really a reboot. This is more of a continuation on, which I can do. I can do a continuation on. It's going to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's going to be a comedy, you know. I mean, they could spin it the same way that they did Bel Air, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and, you know, made it more of a drama with, you know, comedic elements and funny things and all that. Like, I would really love to see it that way. I don't want it to necessarily be a comedy. But yeah, I'm here for it. I mean, I think that that's actually a good idea, you know, in a way for everybody to get back to work, because some of them could be teachers at the school. You know, Dwayne and Whitley could be back on the show. I mean, you know, they weren't together at the end of A Different World from what I remember, but maybe they made it back to her, or maybe they didn't, and maybe they remarried, and, you know, so it is kind of interesting to see the little continuation. I'd be here for it, and actually I might even consider reviewing it if it ever makes, you know, whenever it makes it to the TV. But yeah, you guys, what y'all think about that? Are you guys looking forward to seeing something like that? It won't be for a while, because if they're in development, you know, they still got a little ways to go. But they say that Felicia Pride is the writer and the executive producer of the show. She's written for Grey's Anatomy and some other stuff. You know, Debbie Allen is one of the producers. Gina and Reggie Bythewood. I never know how to say it. I'm not sure if it's Bythewood or Bythewood. I think it's Bythewood, but you guys have seen their names as producers. They're also going to be on as producers of the show. So I think it's in good hands. Y'all think it's in good hands? I'm here for it. What y'all think? All right, you guys, next story up. I mean, it ain't gonna be right if I don't give y'all a YSL, you know, update, the trial. They say that they're still trying to get a mistrial declared. And this time it's because the defense attorney said that there was a secret meeting. Not only the secret meeting that we already knew about on June 10th, you know, with the former Glanville, the former judge that was on it, and the prosecutors, and one of the one of the other lawyers and their witness. They had that secret lawyer. You guys remember all of that happened. Well, now we find out that there was also a meeting on June 7th off the record. Okay. And there was apparently... No, let me back up. On Juneteenth, there was an off-the-record meeting that there was some discussion of some Brady material. Now, Brady material, from what I understand, is evidence that is favorable to the defense. Okay? And there was a meeting that Brady material was, I'm assuming, hidden away or not revealed or whatever. Okay? And the defense found out about it. So now they're just trying to get a mistrial declared, because, I mean, it's obvious. Every time you turn around, there's all these secret meetings. Okay. Then that's when I also found out that on June 7th, a couple of days before the June 10th meeting with the secret meeting with Glanville, there was another off the record meeting. And it's with the same people that was in the June 10th meeting with Glanville and the other people. Okay, so now the other prosecutors that was also in there with Judge Glanville, they're trying to get them removed from the case as well. They're still on, which is interesting, because how are they still on as prosecutors, but then they didn't got rid of the judge? I guess because the judge was the ultimate deciding factor. But they're trying to get them removed, and ultimately they're just trying to get the whole shit declared a mistrial. So this new judge that's on it, she says that she takes the Brady material, you know, burying very seriously, and that she is considering a mistrial. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time. They are going to declare a mistrial, but they have to go through all of the different things that they have to go through. But that case is just really honestly a mess now. Y'all saw that Thug was sleeping. I said, Thug, you know, somebody done slid you something, because why you this tired? Because what else you doing in jail? But you should just be eating and sleeping. We see you eating, you know. So it's like, why you this tired? I was like, honey, y'all know how some of y'all that be doing them gummies and shit. Y'all know how some of them, y'all that be doing them gummies, y'all know how y'all react from the gummies. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm just telling y'all. So, you know, yes, Thug, I was like, Slime, I'm gonna need you to wake it up, baby. I'm gonna need you to prick up and see what the people saying about you, because you might be free soon. It's just a hot, boiling, steamy ass, funky mess over there still with this YSL trial. But, I mean, at least if the defense has their way, it's going to be a mistrial soon. I kind of feel like it's probably going to be a mistrial. All right, you guys. Now, this is really a story that's just more about Atlanta. But if you go on social media, you saw it and laughed just like I did last night. Listen, y'all, I was watching the news last night. And, baby, apparently over there on Terra Boulevard, which is in Clayton County, baby, they had been evicted a beauty master. Now, out here in Atlanta, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but in Atlanta, we take our beauty supply stores, we take them very seriously, baby. And they ain't just some small storefront. Out here, baby, they is big, like big ass department stores. As a matter of fact, the beauty master that's in Camp Creek used to be a Barnes and Noble. Okay, so just imagine how big Barnes and Nobles are. Now it is the beauty supply. And when I tell you that shit is packed full, got clothes, got jewelry, got hair, of course, makeup. It got everything that you would want and need as it pertains to your beauty. All right, so we don't fuck around when it comes to beauty supply stores, baby. No, we don't. Honey, they done evicted these people because, you know, they owe like $15,000 in back pay rent, which to me doesn't seem like it's a lot. If it's for a store, it seems like that's only a couple of months. But I guess the landlord was like, no, you got to go. The marshals came down there. And side note, if you guys are under the threat of being evicted, let me just let y'all know that the only people, at least here in Georgia, the only people that are allowed to evict you legally is the marshals, not the sheriffs, not the police, not none of them. If they ever show up at your place and the landlord say they got a police officer out here trying to evict you, then you could call somebody at that time and get it stopped, because only the marshals have that jurisdiction. Anyway, getting back to it. Child, they went in there and took all the shit out the fucking beauty supply store and put it all out in the parking lot. Hey, honey, y'all know we women, honey. It was like the fucking bat signal was activated. Next thing you know, honey, you had all your cousins was down there, honey. They was there, all right? And I'm sure everybody was salivating and eyes was big as golf balls thinking about all the fucking hair and makeup and shit that they could get out there in that parking lot. But guess what? The police was like, nope. The police was all hating ass. How y'all gonna tell these people that they can't get this stuff? What y'all gonna do with it? Okay, y'all was gonna give it back to the people that you just evicted out of the thing. Something tells me that them police was not about to take all that stuff and give it back to the owners. It's really the owner's responsibility. Okay, but I guess the police just didn't want it to just be no fucking madhouse, because that's what it was gonna be. Because honey, we had Taquanda down there, we had Marquavius, we had Darnell and them, we had Lisa and them, we had everybody down there trying to get into that shit, and they was telling them no. And if you guys saw the video, because the video is what's gonna make you laugh, honey, they was like, remember the girls in Bella Noche? If we can't go to Bella Noche, where can we go? This the new Bella Noche, because they was like, how y'all just not gonna let us out there? We love free. We see the stuff out here, baby. They had their suitcases, they had their luggage, they had bags of shit and baskets. They was rolling the damn grocery baskets down there, and they was fixing to come up. And the police was like, not so fast. But they was just like, why you just ain't gonna let us just invest? Like, you know, let us get that, just making words that didn't even supposed to go in the sentence. You know, just let us invest and take our stuff. What y'all gonna do with it? Even though the shit was funny, you guys, I kind of felt like them. Like, what y'all gonna do with this stuff? I mean, you know, but Baby, they was mad. They was mad because when I tell you they was swarming like vultures, like a vulture that know that an animal is about to die. You know, that's one thing I learned out here in Atlanta. When I see them big ass birds circling up high, it'd be like something is dead over there, about to die. They got that smell of death. And honey, them vultures will circle around until that motherfucker dead. Then they come on down and you might be driving down the street and you might see 10 birds on one piece of carcass. Fucking it up. Honey, that's exactly how they was about to jump on the carcass that was the beauty salon. I was like, y'all mad? Baby, they was mad. They was mad. I don't know what ended up happening, but I don't believe that they let them people get to that shit, which was a shame. Like, baby, we need Royal Crown and Eco Gel and everything too, you know? So I wasn't mad that the people was trying to get to it, but honey, the sheriffs, the marshals was like, nope, not today. While we talking about evictions, they also had another eviction of a hookah lounge out here by the name of Red Martini. Okay, now, baby, you know that your very same cousins that was over there at the beauty supply store, they done took it on down to Red Martini, and honey, they was picking through the hookahs and the bottles and all of that shit because they wanted to come up too. And this is the story that I was telling you. These people in Red Martini, they was evicted back in August of last year. Okay, the landlord was granted a writ of possession, which means that they actually have the legal document now to take to a marshal's office and say, go get these people out of my establishment. They ain't paid, whatever. Okay, this is what the judge signed. So they had the writ of possession, but they didn't enforce it. So these people were still there. Here we are in August. Finally, the owners, the landlords went and had them evicted, and they still hadn't paid. They owed something like $55,000 or something like that. I'm telling you, it's just sort of like, now y'all know y'all was evicted. Why would you guys just wait? It just was like, was you still trying to work it out? Were you still just like, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing? I mean, you had got away with 5, 6, 7 months, so I guess you was just like, oh, we still gonna stay here. But now all your shit is out there in the parking lot. Now, what we supposed to do about that now? Why y'all doing this? You know? So, I mean, I know people fall on hard times. Like, I used to work in eviction court, so I know, like, some of the stories will break your heart. Okay, and then there's some people that's taking advantage of the system. So it's both, you know, especially during pandemic, honey. Them people was getting away with murder. Okay, but I ain't got that kind of time. But honey, folks you would have been amazed at some of them stories. You know, people just entitled and just feeling like they wasn't gonna pay because it was pandemic. You know, but anyway, yeah, child. These evictions out here in Atlanta, I was just like, oh. Back in Rocky's young and ready days, honey, me and Simone, we'd have been out there too. We'd have been out there trying to figure out what we can get. Y'all going to get them people that shit. What y'all gonna do with it down at the police station? And then lastly, you guys, just a couple of quickies. Lauryn Hill say that, yeah, y'all found out that the Fugees, they were supposed to be going on this world tour and everything, and everybody was all pumped up, and I was just like, y'all gonna keep on till you learn, huh? Y'all just gonna keep on doing it. I'm telling you, the Fugees is the band, they the greatest band that never was. Like, I mean, what did they only have a couple of albums? I mean, it's just, Lauryn Hill only had one album. You know, I know Wyclef and even Praz, I think, had something separate, a couple of things separate from that. But it's just sort of like every time the Fugees try to do something, at least here in these United States, the shit fall apart. And now, you know, they decided on 2 or 3 days before the tour was about to begin that they was going to pull the whole fucking tour in the United States. They're gonna keep the one overseas over in Europe or whatever, at least for now. It's this man, he fixing to walk by the car. Oh no, he getting in his car. He is staring me down. He turned away. I didn't make that face at him because I don't y'all don't want to smoke. But see, lost the train of thought. See, Roxanne, what was you saying? Oh, so now they decided they're not gonna do the tour. And at first, when it first came out, you know, we didn't know exactly what was the reason, but everybody was blaming Lauryn Hill. Everybody was just like, because it's actually Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. So I think it's mostly her tour, okay, that she had added the Fugees onto. But everybody was blaming Lauren, and I was hoping that it was for some other reasons. But turns out that Lauren did pull the tour because she said of low ticket sales. And she said because of clickbait, because of the blogs, because of all of this, you know, the hearsay of people saying that, you know, the tour is gonna just bringing negativity onto the tour. She says it's the people's fault. It's the blogs and the clickbaiters' fault that the ticket sales didn't do well. And while I'm sure us vloggers and bloggers don't help when it comes to things like this, but we just not going to ignore the fact that Lauryn Hill had a very terrible track record when it came to her concerts and her showing up or showing up on time, showing up at all, okay? And girl, you're not going to just put it off on us and say that we the reasons why your damn tour didn't sell. Maybe it's because you was yourself, you know, you still at the crib breastfeeding the baby and you needed to been at your damn show. So we can't just put it all on the bloggers and the vloggers, okay? Yet and still, I'm sure us making a quick joke about it didn't help, but we wouldn't have had nothing to joke about it. You just got your ass to the venue. But like I said, she say over there in Europe, the shit ain't got besmirchified. Shout out to Don King. The shit ain't got besmirchified out there like it has out here. So they still gonna do that European leg today anyway. We gonna see what happens with that over there. They still gonna do that over there. But as far as y'all motherfuckers is concerned over here in the United States, Lauryn Hill was like, one of these. Get one of these. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. And lastly, you guys, the newest jam. Well, you know, I don't know if the whole song, I wouldn't say the whole song is a jam, okay? But that JT coming, make me want to crunk. Y'all can't crunk. That JT coming song, that should be the jam. Well, not the whole song again, because, you know, these TikTok songs, first of all, they only be about 2 minutes long, okay? You get 2 verses, 1 chorus, and bitch, we out of there. But the chorus of the song, JT coming, when it changes, you know, the song is weird because it's like kind of a chill, laid back, well, not really a real chill, laid back vibe, but it's not really a hyped up song. And it has a totally different sound. And then when it gets to the chorus, it's like, JT coming, JT coming. Dun, 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 dun. Bitch, I look like I got something crawling on me, huh? But you guys know that song that's in the opening credits? You guys know one of my favorite movies is You Got Served, okay? And one of my very favorite opening scenes, the dance sequence of You Got Served, that very first opening is just everything to me. I can watch that still to this day and have chills, you guys. It was just so well done. I'm talking about, I felt like that was some of the best choreography. I mean, up on the likes of, like, you know, something that's I'm gonna remember along the same lines as Ginger Rogers and Freddie Astaire, or whatever is Fred Astaire. Freddie. And my homeboy Freddie and Jen, you know, on the likes of the Nicholas brothers, like something that is like that to me was some of the best fucking dancing. It was just great to see, you guys. That scene also, another one of my favorites was Stomp the Yard, you guys. And what a shame that Columbus Short, I mean, every time I see Columbus Short, I just shake my head, because that boy, when I tell you, well, he's a man. When that man has so much talent, he can sing, he can dance, he can act. He's good looking, okay? And it just a fucking waste. Like, everything just blew up and went away. But Stomp the Yard is another one of, when I see the dance scenes and the sequences from that movie, it is just amazing to me, the things that he's able to do, you guys. And anyway, I'm getting off. As I sometimes do. That damn JT coming, JT. You get all hyped up on that part and then it bring it back down. I was like, now bitch, is we dancing or is we chilling? Because I'm gonna need to know with this switch up and shit. You can't dance to this at the club because you already on this beat here. And then it's like, bum, 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 bum. Could have just been JT coming for me. And I would have enjoyed that song. Like, she could have had that be her thing and kept it on that whole song. Dun, 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 dun. Who is that? Fat Man Slim? Is that who that is? Whoever it is, y'all, that shit is the jam. That is the jam. I mean, the JT Cummins song is low-key the jam, just the chorus. All right? Y'all going to listen to it. Y'all let me know. But the song... The rest of the song is just like TikTok songs. You know, the part that you always hear on TikTok be the jammingest part. Then when you hear the full shit, you be like, this old booty ass mess. Like, when you hear this old short ass, what? I can't even get into the song because it's over already. Y'all know I'm old school. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's it. I don't have my watch on today. I don't even know what time it is, but some tell me I've been on here too long, y'all. So let me get on off of here. Y'all, I forgot. I wanted to add this into the quickies. I'm sitting here waiting for my food to get ready at Lucky Key, and I just remembered I left one little story out. Carisha say that she think it's time for her to come back with her season 2 of Carisha Please, and I want to know if you guys believe that it is time for her to come back as well. Have you guys been missing Carisha? Y'all, I feel like Carisha has been the worst casualty of the war that is the attack on Puffy. And not the attack, I mean, Puffy coming to have to pay for what he has done in the past is what I need to say. But Carisha, because she attached her caboose to the wrong hitch, you know, she now is persona non grata. Is that the right term? Like, it's like nobody wants to hear from Carisha no more, you know? And she's kind of, JT done took over. I mean, people who always used to say that JT was the more talented of the 2 rappers, which is relative, and it's, y'all, we ain't even gonna get into that. But, Carisha was the one who had the personality. JT is now coming out of that, she's coming out of that shyness and starting to come into her own and believe in herself and being more confident and all that. And Carisha was the one who already had it. But now Carisha is just sort of like, do y'all even want to deal with Carisha? When you look at Carisha, are you going to think of Puffy? I mean, like, all these things now that you got to consider. But they saying that it's coming back. I saw a little ad or a little clip of her and Saucy Santana kind of looking like they're going to be on the first episode together. So I'm just interested to know, like, are you guys like out there like, okay, Carisha, come on back? You know, y'all feeling Carisha the same way that we was feeling her when she was all up in the midst of Puffy and his grandeur and him taking care of her and putting her on and all of that? Like, I guess what I'm saying was that stuff that we was looking at Carisha, was that because of her own genuine talent, or was it because Puffy was really pushing it? And, you know, up until then, at least, pretty much everything Puffy touched would turn into some form of gold. I'm not sure if it was 14 karat, 10 karat, gold plated. Y'all know this new gold plate shit that they got, honey, it don't turn either. So, you know, there's that. But y'all just let me know what y'all think about Carisha coming on back to the scene. I said, I guess she gonna pull her head up out that sand, huh? How y'all gonna receive old Carisha? All right, you guys, we do this every single week. Okay, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.